Highlight 100.5 WRCH's Alan Camp, Mike Stacy, and Allison Demers, along with the Living Well Eating Smart team, Carrie and Andrea from Big Y World Class Markets, and we're here to talk Nuval scores. We are trading up here to bigger nutrition, and we're going to talk breakfast today, right, Carrie?
Yes, we are.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we brought a whole spread of different breakfast ideas to show you examples of how to trade up and how easy it is. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was oatmeal, because I love oatmeal, and Andrea and I eat oatmeal all the time. But a lot of people, when we talk to them, they eat instant oatmeal. And so with Nuval scores on shelves, you can see pretty easily that an instant oatmeal that's sweetened is about a score of 25.
Ooh.
Okay? Where you can still get an instant oatmeal that's unsweetened and flavor it yourself. So you start off with an oatmeal that's 91 if it's plain.
Wow.
And then if you add raisins, which have a score of 87, and some heart-healthy nuts like pecans, you're really adding more nutrition to it.
But what about the fat content? Because you put the pecans in, as long as you don't do like 1,000 pecans.
Absolutely.
So it's okay.
Yeah, and the thing with Nuval is you win points for having heart-healthy fats.
I see.
Okay, so that's why we're controlling the type of fat that we have in the oatmeal, too, if you choose different types of milk. So, for example, if we made the oatmeal, a lot of people make oatmeal with water, and you're really not going to get much nutrition except for hydration that way. So we always talk about having people make oatmeal with milk, because it's a really simple way to get calcium and vitamin D and protein in your breakfast.
Look at all the different milks we have here. All right, Over the Moon, which is 1%. We have a Full Circle fat-free, and we have an organic whole milk.
Yes.
I'm going to guess that this one's probably going to have the higher Nuval score.
Okay.
Did I guess right?
And Allison, what do you think?
Well, I know it has the least amount of calories and fat, but it almost seems like a trick question here, because you do need some kind of fat. So I would say that this would be the most nutritious, but I just feel like you're going to tell me it isn't.
I'd go with 1%.
You're going 1%?
Yeah.
You're going in the middle. You're going in the
Andrea,
middle.
help us out. Which one?
Okay.
So, Mike, you're actually right. The fat-free scores the highest.
Woo!
All right, it wasn't a trick question.
Oh, I thought it might be, but I knew. At least
That's
I know.
good.
Right, exactly. So fat-free scores 91. And then we have the low-fat comes in second with an 81, and we have whole milk with a 52.
And a lot of people get confused and think just because you remove the fat, you're taking out the calcium or the
Exactly.
vitamins, and that's not really true, correct?
That's not true. You're still getting the same, protein, calcium, vitamin D. And also, we should mention, too, that just because something's organic doesn't mean it's going to score higher, because it's not necessarily more nutritious.
And if you have children, like babies, for instance, toddlers, they really should have the whole milk.
Exactly.
It's
yes.
okay for
Well,
them
they
to have
need
the
the fat.
They need
Exactly.
Daddy don't need no fat.
I don't either.
Can we go bagels?
We have bagels.
I
Yes,
love
we
bagels.
do.
Now, it looks like you got a cinnamon raisin bagel with, is that strawberry cream cheese?
It is strawberry cream cheese.
And a whole wheat or a whole grain bagel with some peanut butter and banana.
That is amazing. Isn't
Yeah,
it
it is.
beautiful?
Back off, Camp. It's
All
mine.
right.
Now, the reason why we brought these in is because a lot of times, too, when we're talking to customers or even clients, and they've had bagels, I'll ask them, well, what did you put on it? And they usually put a cream cheese on it, which is fine every now and then. But if you are a mainstay bagel person, you're really not getting as much as you could out of it. And so Nuval scores really show this off. So, Andrea, why don't you do the drum roll?
So let's start with the original bagel. We have the cinnamon raisin bagel, which has a Nuval score of 10.
Okay.
And then the strawberry cream cheese has a Nuval score of 16. So what we did, we traded up to a whole wheat bagel.
Hold on. Do you want to guess what the whole wheat bagel scores?
Up from 10. So what do you think? About a 25?
You're saying this
Yeah,
here
going
in
from
comparison with
a
that?
cinnamon raisin, which is the white flour, to
Oh, yeah, because that's right.
Yeah.
We have to get this straight. Higher points is better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You think higher, you
Yes.
think, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely
Gotta be a
higher.
25 or
Definitely,
so.
because it has more fiber and has whole grain in it. So I would at least double it.
So, yep, you're both pretty close. It's actually a 21.
Ooh, not bad.
So went up 11 points just by
That's awesome.
changing bagel varieties. So on top of that, we added peanut butter, all natural, Teddy peanut butter, so that gives it a score of 36.
Now, just quick question. Teddy's all natural peanut butter compared with your regular brand that you might get. It's higher in a Nuval score because it's the natural peanut butter?
It is, just because natural peanut butter is usually just peanut butter or peanuts and maybe a little bit of
Less
salt.
processing, less sugars.
No hydrogenated.
No oils, no
Fats.
oils.
That's
sugars.
why. All right. I've seen Teddy's. I'm going to have to start
Well,
buying
and
Teddy's.
I don't know if you can see this, Alan, but the oil on top, a lot of people
Oh, just
see
like
that,
the old days.
and
You gotta
they
mix
think,
it
you know,
up.
that's
Yeah.
unhealthy, or they'll pour it out. I'm like, no.
Mix it up. Mix it.
Because you want that fat. So the fact that, like Andrea said, it's just peanuts and salt, and that's it, versus, you know, a traditional smoothie.
Right.
Smooth type of peanut butter has added fat, added sugar, added salt.
Bad. Don't want
Okay,
those.
so you go from a
And a
16 for your topping to a 36.
That's
Gotcha.
very good.
And then you add some fruit to it, you're adding even a higher Nuval score. Because fruits and vegetables range from 80s to 100.
And honestly, I think this looks more appetizing.
Oh, it sure
tastes
does.
better.
I love peanut butter and bananas
And the
together.
thing is, again, you can have the peanut butter. You just can't have the whole jar, half a jar of peanut butter, because it's a good fat.
Come on, Allison.
Healthy fat.
And that's the
There you
go.
thing. I think people they forget that.
Yeah.
All right, orange juice. Everybody has a glass to start their day.
This is junk.
Oh,
Whoa!
I don't think we want to say
Well, I don't mean
not as good, perhaps.
well. I just know that my kids their teeth will fall
There goes
out.
your
Oh.
spokesperson job.
I don't mean Sunny D in particular. I'm just saying anything that isn't. All right, go ahead, do your job. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Andrea, help us out.
Yeah, what do you think?
So what do you guys think Sunny D's scores for Nuval?
I'm thinking that's pretty low, maybe a 6 or
It has
so.
it has tons of vitamins, but it's
What does it
complete
say?
sugar.
It's sugar water.
It's complete sugar.
But you get 100% vitamin C. You don't think
Yeah,
that.
but that's not
all right.
100%
And it's only
juice.
50 calories.
So it's a lollipop.
Oh. Okay, when we get to the Simply Orange, how does that look?
That looks better.
Yeah, and then we have traditional orange juice. So Sunny D scores a 3 on the Nuval system.
my-
3? Wow.
So that's pretty comparable to like a soda. You know,
Wow.
Right,
one or
exactly.
two.
And you think you're doing better. You know, a lot of people would, exchange a soda for a Sunny D with the 100% vitamin C, thinking that they're doing better for their
Right.
kids.
Exactly, but Nuval actually caps added vitamins and minerals, so those types of products can't get high scores.
Okay.
Just because they have a lot of added vitamins and
So
minerals.
we
Yeah, they
removed
can
the
go up
Sunny
a
D.
little
But it's so delicious.
And we go to
Sunny D is
Simply
delicious. It really
So what's
is.
the story on
That guy.
that?
So if we go up to the regular traditional orange juice, 100% juice, we go to 23.
That's
There
much
you
better.
go. Yeah.
20 points.
Yep, not bad.
And now,
Boom.
do you have a question about the score?
Well, it's so interesting because there is still natural sugar in
Lots
this,
of natural
and there
sugar.
is high calorie,
Better to eat fruit.
but it's still better than this is really nothing.
Well, and like you said, this is sugar,
Right.
and this is natural sugar,
Natural
and so
sugar.
this would be added sugar, and this would be a fruit.
Exactly.
And so you're working towards a fruit goal, but a lot of people do question us about the juices scoring the way that they do. If they're 100% juice, it's kind of confusing. Why? If it's 100% juice, it's natural sugars and not scoring super high. And the reason for that is you're using a lot more oranges for that one
Right.
serving than you
Right.
are if you just ate an orange. So you have higher concentration of sugar, even though it's natural.
So do like
which
a half
causes
of an
the
orange.
calories to go up.
So do like a half an orange juice rather than maybe like the whole.
Or how about an
Like 4
orange?
ounces.
What's a
Like
Nuval
4
score
ounces.
for an orange?
100.
100.
Oh, see
Huh.
that?
That's
So you skip
fair.
your juice
Right.
and you eat the orange.
Aren't-
and it's 100.
Aren't most like an apple, an orange? They're all like 100 points.
Yeah,
I mean 100
96.
calories rather. Yeah, they're all like
Blueberries,
around
oranges,
there.
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah.
Eat the fruit.
Even a
drink some water.
yogurt. A yogurt's usually like 100.
Well, it depends.
Depends
on
what it is. Yes.
I see you've got my favorite cereal in the world over there
Tops.
too.
Which one?
No, I like the cashy. I just
Oh,
got
do
on,
you?
I just
That's
got onto
good.
that.
Atta boy.
So, Carrie, do you want to do the cereals?
Well, I think it's pretty easy to see which one would have the lower Nuval score, moving towards the higher. I don't know if I'd pick the shredded wheat or the kashi as
Okay.
having a higher Nuval.
That's
Allison,
interesting.
how about you?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
You know, a lot of nutritionists and dietitians will say kashi is good for you, but I don't know that all the kashis are good for you.
I have to see what the label says. Okay.
No.
That's kind of cheating.
Oh, okay.
You're cheating.
Oh, I
I'd
didn't
say,
know.
oh
Okay.
yeah.
Well, no, I thought Well, that's how you. I mean, we should read labels, or we should, but now we don't have to because we have Nuval. Exactly.
Like I was saying, I never bring my glasses. That's why I need to have. I love the Nuval system because it helps me to understand.
Yeah.
Big blue hexagon, easy to see.
And actually, let us address that. A lot of people do ask us how the scores get to be where they are. All Nuval does is scan what you were just looking at, the nutrition facts label and the ingredients, to put that in the algorithm to get a score. So that's why when we do this, we don't want you to look at it because it's the same information, it's just in a different format.
Well, I don't have a Nuval thing in front of me, so I
You
had
don't
to...
have the algorithm in your head?
Not right now, so that's why I wanted to read that. Okay, I want to say kashi, but
I'm going to go shredded wheat.
But I feel like it's a trick question. It's going to be shredded wheat.
Alan, what do you think?
I'm going with my kashi.
Yeah. So Mike was right. It is an order by score. And the reason why I like doing this example is Pops is actually about the average for the cereal aisle. It's a 26.
Really?
Is it really?
Yeah. So even though you'll have a huge range of scores, 26, 25, 28, that range is the average.
Huh.
Okay. Heart to heart is actually 38.
Oh, so it does move up pretty good.
It moves up. So when we're talking to people who traditionally would choose a 26 cereal, we would say, well, how about trading up to something like kashi?
Well, they have the
which is a
Go Lean
38.
too, which is probably better, right? The kashi Go
Well,
Lean.
every flavor of cereal has a different nutrition facts
Right.
and
Gotcha.
different ingredients, so it's a different score. But kashi, that's better than average. And so we'll recommend, that be the first step. And then die hard.
Yeah.
Go for it, breakfast eaters. Shredded wheat actually scores a 91. And
Look
it's
at
one of the
that.
highest.
Wow.
I do
91.
shredded wheat. I actually do it.
And
But
so
I like-
what we recommend is exactly what we recommend for the plain oatmeal, is you add your own type of flavoring because it's just wheat.
Great
and
idea.
so add
Right,
some...
not the ones with some of them have sugar all over
Right.
them.
frosting.
I
Yeah.
love those.
Yeah.
Pink sugar.
And what
There's
I
something
do-
so natural of those pink
The
frostings
pink
on
Love
it. Oh, yeah.
And what I do sometimes is actually mix some of the frosted with plain. So you're
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like spreading
Oh.
out the sugar.
But you can do fruit. You could do blueberries or something
Absolutely.
else. So I can just go in the store now, and right in front of every single brand, I'll have a Nuval score telling me what's better than.
You will.
That is
Higher the score, the more
phenomenal.
nutritious the food.
And I
That's
forgot the
great.
number the last time I went in, but I just walked over to your customer service people, and they said they told me, okay, the higher numbers, the better. So, somebody there I'll be happy to
That's
remind you.
great.
Absolutely.
Last
So
one.
last one. Do
Our
you wanna-
morning
All right.
coffee.
Go ahead.
Oh,
All
boy.
right. The reason why Andrea's letting me do this one is because I have a personal favorite in here. I have a few personal favorites, but just so you know, if it's a tea item or a coffee item that has no added sugar, it's not scored.
Oh,
Okay? Because there's no calories
right.
to run. And so a really great way of reducing calories is just drinking beverages without sugar. But then if you're going to sweeten it, sugar has a low score versus a sugar alternative like sun crystals, no score.
I don't know if I've heard of sun
Okay.
Me
crystals.
neither.
And the reason why artificial sweeteners are not scored because they don't have calories or they're too low of calorie to be
Okay.
analyzed, okay? So sun crystals, the reason why I brought sun crystals is it's my personal favorite of all the stevia sweetened
I was gonna ask you about that.
alternatives. And they actually take stevia and sugar and that's it.
So
And so it's a little bit of sugar with stevia, so it's
No
sweeter
chemical stuff.
That's
than
what I
a
was
whole
going to ask you.
teaspoon of sugar.
So no chemicals like aspartame.
No.
You would not recommend that, or would you?
For what?
For sugar. Like
What
a
do you mean,
diet
like-
soda. Would you say we shouldn't be drinking soda anyway?
Aspartames and
But
that kind of stuff.
would you say it would be better for someone to have a diet soda than a regular soda, even though there's the chemical in the diet soda?
As a dietitian, I've had to do the research to back up the use of aspartame and sucralose, so I understand that the science is there to support its efficacy and safety. So there may be anecdotal experiences of people having headaches, or,
Right.
or some people have a bitter aftertaste. Like Andrea gets a bitter aftertaste for some of them.
Yep.
I don't. And so if someone's concerned about that, I would say, okay, use a stevia base.
Stevia
I
base.
wouldn't
Good to know.
actually ever tell you not to eat it.
Okay.
And that's because in school I actually had that thought, and then I had
Mm-hmm.
to defend aspartame and learn that all this research has been done to prove that it's safe.
All right.
I see.
We
And-
traded up for higher scores for breakfast.
Yes.
Big Y and the Nuval Scoring System.
This has been a fine class. Thank you, ladies.
Excellent.
Thank you.